Chat, this is insane. This is the third. No, this isn't the third. This is the fifth time I've tried to record this. I gotta check if everything's going correctly. All right. Let me see if my mic is good, bro. I've recorded this 5 times, right? The first 4 times. Wait, did I say no? No, the first 3 times, it just didn't come out correctly, and the fourth time, I wasn't even recording. So let's hope that this is correct, okay? So I wanted to drop this yesterday because it's the New Year's, but I guess we could still drop it. And basically, what I want to talk about today is if I were to start YouTube from scratch right now, how would I go about it, right? So the way I want to structure this video is like it's like this. Again, I make yap videos on this channel, right? So it's just full yap, but this one's a little bit more structured, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be some yap, right? So number one is you don't need much. Some some lore. It's not really like hidden lore. I started my YouTube channel purely off my phone, and I was on my phone until August of 2023, right? So the first 10 months of my channel, I was just straight, it was purely off my phone, right? And in August 2023, that's when I introduced my iPad. All right? So for the first I don't even know when. Oh yeah, for the first year and like 3 months, I was purely mobile, right? Phone and iPad, right? And uh how I actually started was I started recording on my phone, my iPhone 12 Pro, right? And on iPhone, it automatically has this thing called voice memos. And basically, I would just go on voice memos, right? I used to script back in the day. And I would script, right? I would be on the script on Google Docs on my phone, right? I would script everything. And after the script is done, right? I would go from it. I would look at it, look at the sentence that I want to record, then I would go ahead and record it on voice memos, right? Let's see if I can find an example for you guys.
Not only does this prove that category is incompetent without future sight, it also proves that category's durability is bad.
Right? Man, me 3 years ago, man. But, I think what I just said is like self-explanatory. And over here, bro, I have thousands. I'm not joking. I have thousands of recordings on voice memos. I'm counting it right now. I have about 10,000 plus recordings on voice memos, and this is all considering that I deleted all of my like failed takes, right? Because I used to go ahead and I used to record, and then like if I messed it up, I would just delete it instantly. So like we're talking probably 30,000, 40,000 recordings on voice memos, but the point is I started recording on my phone, and from that I started editing on my phone. I use a light motion, and the only reason why I was using a light motion was because I had around, I think, yeah, a year. I had a year of experience on a light motion because I started editing on it in summer of 2021. But for you, right, or let's say someone who doesn't have experience with live motion yet, and say like this version of gambler who's just gonna start YouTube right now, he would have to use CapCut. Get on CapCut. CapCut is very like easy to use. Like everything that a light motion, not almost every, obviously a light motion is better than CapCut, but CapCut is easier than a light motion. It's more beginner friendly, and you know me personally, I like from the beginning, my videos are no, not are actually. At the beginning, I was a little bit adventurous with my edits, but nowadays my videos are more efficient than like adventurous. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, you can see that my videos are a whole bunch of panels like swiping into the frame and stuff like that, right? So, you know, yeah. I just saw this tweet on my phone. Hold on. Oh, some BS. Never mind. All right. Yeah, yeah. So my fault, chat. I got a little bit distracted as I got on my phone to show you guys the proof. But yeah, you don't need much. All right. In terms of making videos, you don't need much, bro. You have. I think Androids also have the exact same thing, right? I'm pretty sure it has like something like voice recorder on it. I don't remember exactly what it is, but yes, I think Androids and iPhones have the exact same thing. iPhone has voice memos. I think Android has voice recording. You record your voice, bro. Guys, you can imagine me recording, bro. I used to just put it near my mouth and go ahead and start recording. Let's see. This is another video, March of 2023.
As well as made Luffy a Yonko, increasing his bounty to 3 billion.
Oh my gosh, listen to this guy's voice, man. Ah, I'm so happy I don't record like that no more. I don't know how people was listening to me talk like that, man. Anyways, yeah, I used to just put it near my mouth and start recording. Hey guys, what's up? What's up, guys? Gambler here. You know what I'm saying? And editing and all that stuff. Um, but that's not the end of that conversation because there's other things that I could talk about when it comes to editing and stuff like that. But we'll move on for right now. Again, first point, you don't need much. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Number 2 is branding. Who are you known to talk about and what are you known for? So, you might be wondering why I have this open. This is my TikTok before I started YouTube, all right? Um yeah, so hold on, chat. My fault, chat. I just got a little bit distracted just now, but yeah, this was my TikTok before I started YouTube, right? I was a TikToker from summer of quarantine to summer of 2022. So that's like 2 years of TikTok, all right? And I think I mentioned earlier that I started a light motion in summer of 2021, and this was my first light motion edit right here. I'm not gonna press it because the volume is gonna be super loud. Yeah, you guys could see how bad the edit was, but you know, experience. This was summer of 2021, man. I remember that, my first ever edit. And before that, I was on CapCut. Look at this. Hold on. Look at this, chat. Yeah, this is not loading. Okay, what about this one? It's not loading. Okay, what about this one? Come on. So it doesn't want to load? Ah, whatever. Anyways, before I started light motion, I was on CapCut, okay? I was just trying to show you guys proof of that, right? But yeah. And the reason why I brought this up is because look at my name. J is my nickname. F with, which was F with Sanji, basically. Let's just put F with Sanji. Basically, back in like 2021, there was this trend where you would put your nickname or your name, whatever, and then you would put F with FW, and then you would put an anime character or an anime or something or manga, something like that, right? And for me personally, by 2021, by the time this became a trend, and by the time I got into like editing and stuff like that, I changed my name from what it used to be to JF Asanji. And obviously, in 2021, I got caught up to One Piece, so that's why I picked Sanji. And what do you think the point of that was? It was to start glazing Sanji. You know what I mean? Like, if your name is JF Sanji, first off, the first thing people think is that you're a Sanji tard. Like, that's what they used to call it back in the time. Back in the day. They used to call you something tard, right? Naru tard, One Piece tard, or something like that, right? And for me, JF Sanji, like imagine you're arguing with someone about Sanji versus someone, and the guy's name is JF Sanji. You would think he's a Sanji Glazer, right? And that was the point. Right? And now I know it sounds like a tangent that I'm going on right now, but it's not really. The point I'm getting at is the fact that I came from TikTok. I was a TikToker before I started YouTube. And if you check when I started my YouTube channel, hold on. Is it going to be here? Should be right here. I started my YouTube channel in March of 2022. And I only started uploading in October. This was October, but in March, my name used to be JD Vinsmoke, right? And obviously, it's not JD Vinsmoke anymore. The reason why is because there was another guy named JD Legend who had basically the same gimmick as me because again, I was going to be JD Vinsmoke and start glazing Sanji. That was my entire thing, right? But I never uploaded back then, right? Something crazy happened in 2022, so I quit TikTok and I got on YouTube. And then I remember a specific time. It was, I think, it might have been September of 2022. I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, right? Since I wasn't like, it was senior year of high school, bro. I just didn't feel like, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to do a YouTube channel because, lore. Another piece of lore. I'm not gonna lie, I'm yapping at this point, but another piece of lore is the fact that I've had 4 YouTube channels before this one, maybe 3. My first one, obviously, everybody knows about that first YouTube channel they have on like their PS4 when they're doing gaming content, right? I had that, and then I had a second gaming content one, which was Fortnite, right? But that was like the one right before Restless Gambler. But before the Fortnite one was like some other stuff. It doesn't really matter. But I wanted to start YouTube, and I was like, okay, who am I going to base my account based off of, right? Because again, I came from TikTok where you would literally just base your account off of an anime or a character. And that worked for me because I was like, okay, let's do JJK. Now, back then, my favorite character was actually Gojo, and it was just Gojo. Like, I didn't care about anyone else. It was just Gojo. Gojo glazing. But I was like, I'm not going to go with Gojo because that's not really cool. It is cool, but it's not niche enough. You know what I mean? Because if my name was freaking JF with Luffy, even though Luffy's my second favorite character, I could have done that, but who cares? You know what I mean? I went with Sanji because that's a more niche but big like community, right? And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with Hikari. Hikari was not my favorite character or even close to that, but he just seemed cool, right? He seemed cool and he looked cool. And he was more niche than Gojo. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go with Hikari. So I got my Hikari profile picture, made this banner. If you guys have seen like this full banner, it's Hikari right here and Gojo right here. Again, I was a Gojo glazer, but I had to go with the Hikari stuff. And I found out that his domain expansion was just Restless Gambler. So I was like, okay, my name is Restless Gambler now, right? And yeah, that was the start of my branding. All right, and again, I told you about this, right? JF with Sanji. What do you think I was uploading? Sanji Glaze. Look at this TikTok right here. Sanji about to fight. Zoro says I love you, and then Sanji beats him up. Right? That's literal Sanji Glaze. A Sanji video right here. Sanji video right here, bro. Sanji video right here. You see what I'm saying, chat? And so over here, obviously I didn't start it exactly the same, right? Because again, at the core of it, I like One Piece more than I liked One Piece. I still do like One Piece more than JJK, but I liked One Piece more than JJK, and I like Sanji more than Hikari. So my main goal was to Sanji Glaze, and I dropped this, the ultimate Sanji Glaze video, probably the most iconic Sanji Glaze video of all time. And I'm not even bragging. I don't think I'm tooting my own horn too hard, bro. This is definitely an iconic video right here, and guess what I got labeled as? Guess what was my branding after this? The Sanji Glazer. You guys see what's going on here, right? And of course, I continue on and I made a JJK video. We'll get back to like a whole bunch of stuff here, but in this video I was Hikari glazing. I was. And I actually, you know what? I can show you guys right now. Hold on, I can show you guys right now.
What does it mean to be a special grade sorcerer? What would you need to become one? And Gabby here. And today I decided it was time for a Jujutsu Kaisen video. And what better way to make a video on it than to rank my favorite character?
Oh, come on. Hikari was not my favorite character, chat. But that was my branding. I just remembered I did that, bro. Yeah. I was yapping, talking about Hikari's my favorite character. Let's see if anyone's now tuning in. Whatever. Anyways. Sorry for the late upload. Who was I even talking to? Bro, who was I talking to? Bro, chat. I'm sorry, this is a little bit of a tangent. I said sorry for the late upload. Bro, my previous video was a month. It was a month old with 100 views, bro. Who was I talking to, bro? Anyways, um, yeah. Look at this branding right here. Glaze, my favorite character. He was not my favorite character, but that was my brand. That was my brand. You know what I mean? Um, I can't believe I just remembered I did that, and you know I go ahead with the Hikari versus Toto video, right? So what am I now, right? 4 videos into my channel. What am I? I'm a Sanji Glazer and I'm a Hikari Glazer. And I continue playing on that. I play on the Sanji thing. Sanji versus Jinbei. I literally debut one of the most iconic Sanji quotes ever. The fight starts and Sanji disappears. Boom. That's my quote. Everybody comes to my channel to see some Sanji glaze, bro. Right? Next thing, Sanji versus Marco. Right? Sanji versus King. And then also, I made this video where I made Katakuri lose again. And I remember at the end of this video, I said that Katakuri was 0 for 2 or some BS like that, right? And guess what's the third thing I'm being branded as? I'm branded as the Katakuri hater. So what do? Chopper versus Katakuri, the most ridiculous matchup ever. The most insane thing to do to this guy ever, bro. I did it. So you guys see you guys see what's going on here, right? I made a how strong is Hikari video around here. It was around here. I made a how strong is Hikari video. It's privated. It's privated now because I want to remake it, but it's been like it's about to be 3 years ago, bro. Like I privated that like a year ago, saying, oh yeah, I'm going to remake it. It's been a year and I still haven't made it. But anyways, you know, yeah, that yap aside. Yeah, you guys see the branding there, right? So now let's talk about Gambler. Let's talk about the alternate version of Gambler who's starting YouTube right now. Who is he going to base his account off of? Again, you don't have to do that, but that was my version. That was my method, and that's what I went with. And I'm not even gonna lie, it's not even effective at a certain point because, again, Hikari isn't my favorite character. It's Gojo. Right? So if I did Gojo instead, then I will probably have a better time at the moment, right? Because I would be making Gojo glaze videos, and everybody loves Gojo, right? Hikari though, I do love Hikari now. Like I chose Hikari as my channel thing, and I've learned more about him and read a whole bunch of stuff for him. I understand. Like I love Hikari now. He's my second favorite character, but no one else likes him, bro. Like I have my community, but like he doesn't have a big fandom. He doesn't. So, you know, it is what it is. But when I try to record this the 4th time, I said, okay, let's say the alternate version of Gambler goes with Toji. Toji is in my top 4 favorite characters, so, you know, I'm good with that, right? So if I was to go with Toji, right, get a Toji profile picture, and I would name myself I would name myself maybe Ghost of the Zenin, right, as the and then like maybe Ghost as my name, or Sorcerer Killer or something like that, right? And then, you know what I'm saying, people can call me Sorcerers, people could call me Ghost or something like that, but the point is I'm a Toji Glaze account. You're gonna expect Toji Glaze from me, right? And Toji has a pretty big fan base, so like if you want to do that, go ahead, right? Toji, and you can make Toji versus Hikari, Toji versus Yuta, all this Toji glaze. You can do that. You can literally do that, right? And I think that would work. But don't limit yourself to just one series though, right? That's why I started with One Piece, then JJK, then Naruto. I did like Bleach, Blue Lock. Obviously now I only do JJK and One Piece, but you know that's because I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? But as a beginner, do not limit yourself to one series. Please don't. Please do not. All right. So yeah, that's branding. Number 3 is be yourself. Now I know that sounds pretty hypocritical because I just said that Hikari wasn't my favorite character, but I was telling people he was my favorite character. But what I mean by be myself is wait. My fault, chat. I was reading I was reading something on my phone. What did I say? Um. Oh yeah. What I mean by be yourself is don't don't like adopt opinions just because. All right. So again, here I did say Hikari is my favorite character, right? That is not true. That wasn't true. Hikari wasn't my favorite character. Gojo was, but you know, Hikari still was a cool character to me, and obviously he became my favorite character. So that's not an example of be yourself, right? An example of be yourself is like if I were to come onto YouTube and I'm glazing Yuta saying he's stronger than Hikari, or I'm saying like, oh, Gojo's stronger than Sukuna and all this cliche stuff. Now, if I believe that to be true, that's cool. Okay, who cares? But if I don't believe that and I'm just saying that to like appeal to the masses, don't do that. Please. Please do not do that. All right? Like it gets to a certain point. Because again, it would be good to be on like the good side of the fandom, but at the same time you have to have your own opinions. You really do, okay? Like for example, again, the Sanji thing, bro. If I was to bow down to the fandom, why would I ever put Sanji against Katakuri, bro? I'm gonna push my agenda. Sanji's my favorite character, and I'm going to make him look good. So I'm gonna go put him against Katakuri. Everybody's gonna disagree with me, but who cares, bro? That's my take, right? It's a double-edged sword because at the same time, you can just like sometimes people just won't take you seriously, you know, and yada yada. But at the same time, you just gotta be real, right? And you can't say outlandish stuff because that's like the other side of the spectrum. You can't say outlandish stuff like me saying that Sanji's stronger than Luffy or some BS, right? Like that's just not true. That's a complete agenda. But me saying Sanji can beat Katakuri, that's not outrageous, and I put my proof in the video, right? So yeah, be yourself in terms of that, right? Have your own takes. Oh, a good example of this isn't like to call out Vertex, but he made this community post when he started JJK. He was like, "What agenda should I support?" Actually, let's let me show you guys, bro, because I was like, what is he talking about? What? Am I bugging right now? Bro, did I? This is how you spell his name, right? Hold up, chat. Bro, I thought I was losing my mind here, bro. What? That is how you spell his name. So why did it do that? Anyways, bro. So he made this like community post. Which agenda should I support? And I was like, yo, what is this? Whichever you are drawn to. That's what I said. Do not choose an agenda just because people like support it, bro. Bro, I'm like, you know what I mean? Go to what you like. I had to look up Sukuna versus Doflamingo to find this guy's. Like, I don't know why they did that, bro. I searched up his name, bro. That's his name right there, bro. Anyways. Yeah, be yourself, bro. Be yourself. Next thing. Throw shit at the wall. Okay, now this is like this and this. These two are just like, oh, I love these two, but let's talk about it. Throw stuff at the wall. Now this is like something. This is like what's that? A concept you should apply later into your YouTube journey. Because obviously I wasn't doing. I mean, I kind of was doing that at the beginning, but I'm not doing it to the extent that I am now. Like, if I explain to you guys what this means, you would see exactly what I mean on my channel. Like, you could go to my channel right now and you'd be like, oh yeah. So he has been doing that, right? So look. Throw crap at the wall is like this term I made to explain like trying new ideas, all right? So look. Let's do it first in the perspective of like the alternate version of Gambler, who we're gonna call him Ghost now, right? Ghost. Let's say in perspective of Ghost. He would start off his channel with like a Toji versus Yuta, right? And if that does really good, he would continue going down the line and doing like Toji versus Yuji, then Toji versus Maki, Toji versus, you know what I'm saying? He would do all of that, right? And that's like the process there. But if it doesn't do good, he's not gonna completely drop it, but he's going to try out something else as well. He's gonna go try something else out, and then maybe he'll come back to it to try it again, right? For me, I did Sanji versus Katakuri, right? Obviously, again, I didn't have this term in my mind when I was doing it, but it's kind of like self-explanatory. Where like, okay, I saw Sanji versus Katakuri did really good, so what did I do, bro? I did Sanji versus Jinbei. There's a reason why it's like split up so much. This one came out October of 2022. This one came out March. Yeah, March of 2023. So that's like 5 months. The reason why is because this video blew up out of nowhere. All right. In the beginning, it had 1 month, 100 views, bro. I think in February, it blew up to 100K. I was like, whoa. So obviously, if I follow up with this, like everyone's gonna freaking press on it, right? Obviously, right? And so like that's the damn, there's a word I'm looking for right now, but I can't think of it. That's the concept. That it's not, the word's not concept, but whatever, right? That's the concept that I'm going after here, right? I saw it did good, so I followed up with a video that can do as good, right? So that's why, like, when people see people blow up and then they try to do the exact same thing again, bro, that's smart. People would try to clown them in the comments. Like, for example, right? I did this Toto video and it did really good, right? I did this Toto video and it did really good. And I made like I made like these two videos and people were like, "Oh, he's trying to do the Toto thing again." Obviously, like, you know what I'm saying? Non-YouTubers talk so much crap. Don't they know nothing about YouTube. You know what I mean? It's so dumb. But yeah, throw shit at the wall. All right? I was talking to my guy Kosu about it because like he was scared to try new things out because he was scared it was going to do bad. Who cares if it does bad, bro? Especially when you're monetized, bro. If you're monetized, what are you losing, bro? You're getting money anyways, even if it flops. Right? So let's talk about how I've been doing that lately. I did this Toto video and what's that word? Opposite? Contrary to popular belief, I haven't done a follow-up video to this yet. I have not. I haven't done it. All these videos are like, I did this and I know this is doing good, right? But I'm still throwing crap at the wall. This is a how strong is video, right? In a different format, and it did really good too, right? This one is like, I can't even explain what this is. This is just straight brain rot, right? But we got like this. This was a filler video. I don't know why this did good. This is a complete filler video. It was 31 minutes anyway, so, you know, it is what it is. But here, right here, I threw shit at the wall right here. I tried to make like a ranking this arc. I tried to make a ranking this arc video. This arc fights video. And it did really bad, right? Now, if it did good, I would have done, okay, now I'm going to do Shibuya. And now I'm going to do the Shinjuku. And I'm going to combine it into a final video, right? You see what I'm saying, right? I did this video, theoretically possible events in Jujutsu Kaisen. This didn't really do insanely well. It did decent, but it didn't do insanely well. But what was I going to do after this did good? Huh? I was going to make a second video because this was only 27 minutes. It could have been 36. But I was like, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if this does good, and if it does, I can make a second video. Boom. Right? This video right here. The Sukuna versus Gojo agenda. What's the plan here? You know what the plan here is to do this with Yuji agenda, Yuta agenda, right? Hikari agenda, Maki agenda, Toji agenda. This is not doing insanely well, but you know, I think I can do it again because at the end of the day, it is kind of funny to do. Alright? And this video isn't doing insanely well, but it's like a how strong is video, right? I'm throwing stuff at the wall. I keep throwing stuff at the wall. A good example was right here. I made this video, and the original title was Prime Yuji is Unstoppable or something like that, right? And I saw that did good, so what did I do? I followed up. Yuta, Megami, Mahito. See what I'm saying, chat? Do you see what I'm saying? Throwing shit at the wall. You need to learn how to do that. And it's okay to fall off, but it's never okay to quit. Now, this depends on your goals. I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. YouTube, again, I told you guys, it was a little bit of a hint earlier. Right? I said something crazy happened in 2022, and so I started a YouTube channel in 2020. I started a YouTube channel later in 2022, and I did it during senior year. I'll be completely transparent with you guys, bro. I started YouTube because I thought YouTube can really be a thing that I can do for a living for a little bit. All right? As crazy as it sounds. It probably sounded crazy back in 2022 when, like, when my paychecks were like under $500, literally under $400. Chat, like, it was crazy. But last month, bro. Last month, that's all I'm gonna say, okay? But that was my goal, and so like for me specifically, I've been going for 3 years. I have not been popping for 3 years. I have not. Like, obviously not. If I was popping for 3 years, I would be at 100K subs, but I'm not, right? I've fallen off multiple times. I definitely have. Like, let's see if I can get some examples real quick. I think I fell off around here. Around here, right? I fell off for like maybe a month. And I came back with Sanji versus Sabo, and I continued going, right? And then boom. Right? I got back on track, right? And then I fell off again because I got banned off of YouTube, basically. Right? I fell off around here. Got banned off of YouTube. And I came back and I dropped some good videos, and I never quit. Chat, these let me show you guys, bro. This is a flop. This was a flop. This was a decent video. Absolute flop. Absolute flop. Absolute flop. Did I stop? No, I wasn't gonna stop, bro. And I got back on track, right? And then, come on. Come on. Oh my gosh, this has 178, chat? What the heck? Anyways. Yeah. And then here's like a crazy example of me falling off. 2024 summer. Fell off over here. Like, absolutely fell off. This only has 30K views because I was getting cooked on Twitter, TikTok. Like, I was gone, right? Just, it was really bad around here. And I came back. I came back to the scene. Boom. Right? 2024. 2025, right? I uploaded this video and I disappeared for like a month. That was my fault. But this is like the main example of falling off. And it's all repeating now. Oh my gosh, chat. I was like, what is this doing here? That's so dumb. Why is it doing that? It's actually just repeating. Let me show you guys, actually. No, I have to show you guys because this is a good example of what I'm talking about here. How long are we into this video? 30 minutes. Wow, goodness gracious. How much? We got 2 more after this. Oh my gosh, it's not loading, chat. Wow. That's crazy. Come on, bro. Bro, I've fallen off so many times, chat. Like, y'all don't understand. You really fall off a lot. Unless you're like... Bro, not even, bro. There's not an unless. Unless you're like at 1 million subscribers or something, bro. You'll fall off multiple times, and it really depends on your grit to get through it, right? So look, JJK ended 2024, and then I was about to say I fell off. Yeah, I kind of fell off, right? Because these 2 videos didn't do really good, and then I dropped this one, which did really good. So I got back on, right? Disappeared after this video. I came back with this video. These 2 videos, and then look at this, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of the 7, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All 7 of these uploads flopped when I first dropped them. Obviously, that doesn't apply now because you could see like 41K, 62K. Okay, now it looks good. But all 7 of these uploads happened in the span of 2 to 3 weeks. All of them flopped, bro. And the most regular person would just quit. But I wasn't going to, bro. Like, what? I said I'm going to make this real, bro. So I kept going, bro. And I dropped this video and I got back on track, right? And then I fell off again. Oh, no. Nah. I was about to say I fell off again, but it's debatable, right? These 2 videos did bad. But then, like, I did a follow-up video to this, right? A Gojo one would have done so good, by the way, chat. But I never did that because I had to pay so much for it. So dumb. Oh, now I'm realizing, like, why is this here? It's because it's repeating once again. How stupid, bro. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. And then April Fools. Guys, by this time, we're about, I think, 7 or 8 months. No, 7 months? 6 or 7 months from JJK ending. And so people saw this one and they were like, oh my gosh, you're dragging JJK. They saw this one, you're dragging JJK. They saw this one, you're dragging JJK. Chat. Again, the most regular person would just quit because everybody's hating on me in the comments. They're saying I won't let JJK go and JJK's dead and yada yada yada. I kept going, chat. I kept going. I tried to do some Hunter x Hunter, right? Throwing shit at the wall, like I told you guys. I was throwing shit at the wall. Right? And this was another fall off moment right here, bro. Right here, I fell off a little bit. This video was like it was obviously an outlier because I had this thumbnail for a minute, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just drop this because everything else is doing bad. But then Hunter x Hunter again, bad. This one did bad back then. This one was doing bad back then, and then I got back into the zone. Boom, I got back into the zone. I dropped these videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm going crazy, bro. I'm going crazy. And, you know, there's more examples of me just falling off, all right? But the point is, I've fallen off so many times. But does it look like I quit? There's so many people who just quit after JJK ended or seeing that their channel is dead or something like that, bro. Bro, I've fallen off so many times, bro, but I've come back because I'm not letting this go. I'm never letting this go, bro. Ever. You're going to see me like in 2,000 years, bro, still uploading, trying to get back on track. Because I'm going to find out a way to get back on track, bro. Do not, like, you can fall off. It's okay to fall off, bro. You learn, you lose, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But it's not okay to quit, bro. You have to keep going. You do. All right? You have to keep going. All right? Number 6, steal. Oh my gosh. You need to steal. You need to steal so badly, okay? Look at this first video. Now, I didn't steal the entire concept of this thumbnail. I made this by myself, right? And like it was complete. It wasn't completely from me, but like this concept of like, okay, this character, A stomp. No one has done that before, so I did that, right? But I did steal one thing, and it's the white text above the red text. Where did I steal that from? I stole that from 6, bro. I did it with this one as well. I stole that. And it did good, did it not? It did. You need to steal in this game, bro. I don't care, bro. Guys, why do you think YouTube has freaking shorts? Where did YouTube get shorts? Where did Instagram Reels get Reels? Where did Instagram get Reels, I mean? They got it from TikTok. They stole it. We literally have TikTok on YouTube, bro, because TikTok was taking over YouTube. Was not taking over YouTube. TikTok was competing with YouTube. And it was like, okay, boom, shorts. Feel me? You need to steal in this game, bro. This is a business at the end of the day, bro. If people see something that works, if you see that people like to press on this certain video, steal what that video does, bro. Now, don't steal, like, in terms of, like, the video. Like, steal the idea and say exactly what the other guy is saying. But you gotta steal to a certain extent. Thumbnail styles, editing styles, I don't care. I've seen people copy my editing style. I've seen people copy my thumbnail style. I'm like, yes, you need to do that. Yes. I've seen people offended by people stealing from them. And I just chalk it up to like, okay, you just don't understand the game. Like you don't understand the game. And I couldn't care less. Bro, I'm stealing right now. I didn't steal this, by the way. I started this. I started this back in 2023. You like, it's on this channel. It's the second upload on this channel. You could see me doing this. Like, I've been doing this for a minute, but I stole this thumbnail style, the black background, the PNG, and then the words. What? Come on, I stole that shit, bro. What? Let me go back. Let me go back in the day, bro. This right here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, basically the exact same thing I'm doing now, but except there's an image in the background, right? I stole that. You know who I stole it from? Jaded. Jaded pull up and he was crushing the scene, so I stole his thumbnail style, bro. I have zero, what's that word? Zero shame in it. That's just part of YouTube, bro. Who cares? You have to steal shamelessly, bro. At the end of the day, like, you do have to have your own creativity, because again, I made this thumbnail style myself, okay? This thumbnail style, and I made it with with King, Chopper, right? I did it with Zoro. I did it with I thought I saw another one, but I did this one, right? This one was by myself. I made these by myself, right? You do have to have your own creativity to a certain extent, but you gotta steal as well. You do, all right? You don't have to you don't have to like rely on stealing, but you gotta steal, bro. And the final thing on the list is do what you want. Now this is like later into the journey, the YouTube journey. But this is like, I'm gonna tell you guys what I mean by this. It's kind of specific to me, maybe. But bro, do not let people decide how you're gonna go about things. All right. So first off, we could go back to branding. People kept asking me for like Sanji versus Zoro or Sanji versus Yamato, and those videos would have done really good, right, chat? Like I think they would have done really good. But I never did that. And why do you think I didn't do that? I didn't do that because I thought Sanji was gonna lose. And I'm not going to make a video on my channel of Sanji losing. But people kept asking me to do it. People kept, forcing me to do it and stuff like that. I didn't do it. And I'm never going to. Unless Sanji gets stronger than Yamato, I'm not going to make that video. When Sanji gets that power up, oh yeah, I'm making that video. But not right now. Right? There's also people who try to like I have a business plan. Again, I take this very seriously. I know exactly what I'm doing most of the time. I upload videos strategically. Again, I throw shit at the wall. Hold on, chat. Oh, sorry, chat. Yeah, I throw shit at the wall. I upload videos to see if it'll do good, and I'll follow it up, right? I'll do all this stuff, and that also goes with like live streams, bro. I live stream a lot, right? But I don't live stream like JJK a lot. There's people who try to like debate me. I hate, chat. There isn't anything I hate more in this space than debating. It pisses me off. It's outside of the fact that, like, again, I wouldn't call myself a good debater, right? Because again, I don't like debating and I don't debate. But it's outside of that. Bro, it's too much of it's what you call, like, for example, you guys know Ashton Hall, right? Ashton Hall was popular. He blew up as a meme, and like he was also popular for like his running videos. Why the hell did he decide to go race speed? He raced speed, and now all his aura is gone. All right, the thing he's known for, no one's gonna take it seriously. All right. Now think about it in the perspective of me. Even before the Ashton Hall shit, bro. Niggas is trying to like debate me about like Hikari, bro. I'm not risking that at all. I'm gonna just say this straight up, bro. I'm not. And people are super weird about that. They're like insanely weird, and they're not going to get me to do what I don't want to do. I'm never going to do that. Never. I'm gonna continue uploading and making money off of you, but I'm not going to risk my aura and freaking like debate some guy who's been debating for like years in freaking Discord, bro. I'm not doing that, right? Why would I do that? I'm gonna continue making videos and making money, bro, for as long as I can. So don't let people like peer pressure you or force you to do things you don't want to do. You have a plan and you're going to go about that plan. I know that I'm going to continue making videos. I'm going to continue making versus battle with my takes, and I'm not going to debate other people about it because I don't care. I truly don't care. And I'm not going to risk my channel, risk people seeing, oh yeah, he lost, so we're not going to watch his versus battle anymore. Or, you know, what? I'm about to risk my entire channel for that? Come on now. Do what you want. Alright, chat? How long is this recording? 45 minutes of straight. This is, I like this. I like how this came out. Alright, chat? So, final message. You have to keep going, bro. You have to keep going. No matter what. No matter what, chat. No matter, like, through the hard times, you have to keep going. And especially, I brought up the fact that I want to make YouTube something I do for a living, right? The reason why I did is because I forgot to mention that other people quit, and maybe that's because, again, they don't care about YouTube that much. But from my perspective, I could never quit YouTube. Never. I could never. Why would I ever do that? Even if I'm doing so bad that I'm like every video's flopping under 1,000 views, I will continue going no matter what. I don't care. I will continue going. I will succeed, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, chat. This is probably not gonna get as much views as everything else, but this is definitely like this is a topic I'm very passionate about. And going into the new year, you know, I know you guys want to see something like this. So yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm gonna go record a video right now. And throw stuff at the wall, by the way. Exactly. I'm gonna continue throwing shit at the wall. And let's see if it works, chat.